Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another Roaring Kitty video. This one, of course, I am building upon a video I posted a while back called A Case for Roar. In that video, I went over my theory of why Roaring Kitty CTO on Ethereum was potentially a great project to invest in. And since making that video, the community around Roaring Kitty CTO has accomplished a lot of what I had talked about, and then some. So in this video, I'm revising my case for Roar with updated information, and spoiler alert, I am even more bullish on it now than I was back then. So with that being said, I just want to give a disclaimer. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your money. I am just talking about an asset that I really like, explaining why I believe it's a great asset and can make a lot of money. Also, this is not a sponsored video. I am not sponsored by the Roaring Kitty project or anyone for that matter. Roar is a CTO. It is a community-driven asset, and I just happen to be a Roaring Kitty community member. So, of course, I'm going to shill. But hey, if you are finding Roar and doing your research on the asset before investing, kudos to you, because common sense would say everyone should do their research before investing into anything. I just want to encourage you to watch this video all the way through because it will give you some great starting points on your Roaring Kitty research journey. I'll even link the previous Case for Roar video in the description if you want some extra meat to chew on, which really, this project has accomplished so much in my opinion, more than most other projects with larger communities. And it really just goes to show the kind of community that has been built around this token. And I guess I'll come back to that at the end, but hey, let's get into it. So, history of Roaring Kitty, as you can see, I got the X page pulled up here. Roaring Kitty, ticker Roar, is a CTO that came together all organically and has set itself up for some huge gains in this bull run. I'll move to the chart here on DEX tools. So you can see in April or May of 2024, GameStop, the stock, was looking really bullish. And Keith Gill had come back and started posting on social media again. And some SHIB investors had thought about capitalizing on the hype by investing into some GameStop meme coins. And this token, Roar on Ethereum, contact address ending in 790F, had a renounced contract, a burnt liquidity pool, and was sitting around like a $30,000 market cap. And at the time, digging deeper, you find out that this is the first Roaring Kitty on the blockchain. And here's the thing too: the project, it had no socials, no listings. And it was just sitting there. Most might have thought it was just a useless scam token unless they actually went on to Etherscan to research it. So one of the SHIB investors is a YouTuber, and he made a YouTube video about it. And a bunch of his subscribers, who are also SHIB investors, jumped into it. And with all the hype happening around GME and Keith Gill, the project went from like a $30,000 market cap to about $4.5 million. And around this time, everyone's all like, hey, we might have something really unique here. And they decided to make a CTO around this project with the goal of bridging it to Shibarium. And this community just naturally formed around that whole vision. And I think one of the reasons it came together like it did is because a lot of SHIB investors into this project are SHIB OGs. And when this project was coming together, they're all like, man, this feels like early SHIB before SHIB just rocketed and launched. And so that you had that hype. And then you also had a bunch of like later SHIB people come in who are also bone holders. For those of you that don't know what Bone is the gas token on Shibarium. Very undervalued right now in my opinion. But people who hold quite a bit of Bone, getting into this project just seemed like a no-brainer, because it's like, how LP affects the price, and if Bone is undervalued and it's going to soar, then anything with an LP in Bone will also soar. And with this project being on Ethereum and Shibarium, we're going to have dual LPs in both Bone and ETH. And remember, Ethereum, it has institutional money now. There's an Ethereum ETF. So ETH is expected to do really well. And if you expect Bone to do really well, then this project is going to do really well. Like, you just put two and two together. But back on topic, since it became a CTO, the community has been able to pull together donations a lot of it very quickly from the start for a listing on CoinMarketCap. The project got listings on Biconomy in weeks, and they're currently selling NFTs on OpenSea to help raise funds to buy Bone for Shibarium LP. And since doing that, the community was actually able to get onto Shibarium, and the project is live on the layer 2 right now. And yeah, so since we're talking about liquidity, I'm just gonna veer off here real quick. So this token also picked up utility as a liquidity pairing on Mint Club. As you can see, I'm just gonna go here. This is Mint Club, mint.club, and this is the Roaring Kitty page. And all these tokens, these are child tokens that were created with a Roaring Kitty pairing, 2 pages of them here. So that is also really, really cool to see stuff like that come together for the project. Over the last 10 months or so, this asset has been able to reach and trade over a $10 million market cap 3 times. Well, 2 times, one of which, so you got the all-time high here, and then you got this run up here, went over $10 million market cap, and then this wick right here went up to $10 million. And that's really good because $10 million is like a psychological number in the crypto trading world, or so everyone says. But this project, it also has a history of spiking every time Keith Gill posts, and has a history of climbing when GameStop climbs in price as well. So this area over here, GameStop was going nuts, and remember I told you it ran from like a $30,000 market cap to $4.5 million. And then this area over here, December, like GameStop was looking super bullish. So there's all your hype there. This did not come from GME hype. This run up, this was just likely just community shilling. This project has got a lot. I think this project just has so much potential. I got into this project around 650 holders, and well, I think I got in around 650. I got in kind of early, but I've been able to watch this project over the course of the majority of its life here, and it seems like since we had this run up here, every time there's a big pullback, we pick up more holders. So it's like people are watching this project, waiting for the price to dip, and then they're picking up Roar. So I'm gonna go to the GameStop chart real quick. So this is GameStop, ticker GME on the stock exchange, and this was about the time that Roaring Kitty became a CTO, so April into May, and you can see here it lines up with April into May right there. And back here, this is on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. I should have had this up and ready. So you can see November into December, there's a lot of, you can see these, it's like you get this higher high, then you come up another higher high. So GameStop is looking really bullish, and then that translates over here to activity into Roaring Kitty. And I got a Keith Gill tweet. Is it right here? So Keith Gill posted this on December 5th. And if I go to the Roaring Kitty chart, where's December 5th? There's December right here. This is December 5th. So between these 2 daily candles, you went from half a penny wicked up to almost a full penny. So you had like 100% gain right there just from Keith Gill tweeting. So yeah, so reasons why I'm super bullish on Roar going forward. This is me making the case here. So the tokenomics, all right, this token is structured like Turbo in many ways. Right? It's an organic CTO. There's no CEOs or devs with free tokens that'll dump on the project and wreck the chart. Right? 100% of the supply of this asset is out on the market. The LP is burnt, so it can't be pulled. The contract is renounced, so it can't be minted. A lot of the risks that you find in meme coins specifically, but a lot of the risks you find in the crypto market, you hear stories about projects getting rugged. That's because the devs, they create this project and they pull the liquidity. Liquidity pool on this project is burned. There's no pulling the liquidity out of this project, so it can't be rugged. The contract is renounced. No more tokens can be minted. No CEOs or devs with free tokens to dump on the chart. So you're not going to have a saturated supply out in the market. The supply for this project 100% on the market, and there's proof of that in the chart, as you can see when you had this big sharp move down followed by this sharp move up. That's because there's no supply saturation. There's like the market was able to correct with this V-shaped correction. That's just because of the supply on the market. That's because of the tokenomics. We'll go look at the counterpart here. Not really a counterpart, but there's another Roaring Kitty on Solana. I got the chart right here. This is on the daily. So this again was made back in May, and you can see it got launched, wicked all the way up, came down, and then it ran all the way up again. But then it almost looks like you had some devs or someone dump tokens on the market because it just fell flat and has been sideways ever since. And even this area right here, this was when GameStop was looking really bullish, and you don't have the movement and price action that Roar did. And my theory anyways goes, because you have such a larger supply on the market now, it's harder for that price to move without any more volume. And this project did like $65-70 million in volume on some days, so that's a lot of volume to overcome, especially with a larger supply. So this is, in my opinion, this is the better Roaring Kitty. So another reason I'm bullish is Shibarium. So this is a little opinionated because I really believe that Shibarium is going to do really well, and Bone itself is going to do really well too. But it's more than just an LP and Bone. Roar has already traded as a top Shibarium asset on CoinGecko a few times. I have this page pulled up here. Of course, the market's red today, so there's no like it doesn't look that great. But CoinGecko will sort out different assets on different blockchains, and they got one for Shibarium, so you can keep an eye on this. I'll leave this linked in the description. You can keep an eye on this and keep an eye on how Roaring Kitty does, because Roaring Kitty's been top gainer on Shibarium more than once since coming onto the chain. But yeah, if Shibarium ever becomes hot, investors are going to come in on chain and be buying assets, and Roar has positioned itself to be one of the top assets on chain. So Roar also has a pairing with K and Bone, which is like liquid Bone, given to people who stake their Bone in the K9 Finance liquid staking DAO. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with liquid staking or not. I'll leave some K9 information in the description, but having Roaring Kitty available for those who want to do liquid staking on Shibarium, that is also very, very good for this project as well. So the third reason why I think this project is going to do really good is the GameStop narrative. So I got some MSN news here. GameStop buying Bitcoin would bake the noodles of TradeFi, as the headline reads. So GameStop, I've covered this in some of my previous videos. GameStop has been rumored to be buying Bitcoin. Ryan Cohen, had posted a picture of him with Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, and there was also a post on X. Someone had sent Ryan Cohen a letter about buying Bitcoin, and Ryan Cohen responded to him in a post saying, "Letter received." So come April, when GameStop announces its quarterly performance, we may find out that GameStop had added Bitcoin to their holdings. And if that's true, the stock, GME, can go absolutely bonkers. And as history has shown, every time GME does really well, Roaring Kitty also follows suit. And it's like March 9th. So we could be like a month away from Roar starting to pick up if it doesn't pick up before then. So I know a lot of analysts are talking about GameStop having a very historic summer and climbing to an even higher price than it did a few years ago. And if that's true, then man, Roar is going to do really, really well. But I want to get to this article because this is just a great example. So it kind of talks about a lot of the stuff that I've mentioned, but then under here, let's see, Cole said that a Bitcoin treasury would position GameStop from meme stock to market leader. So this is huge. This is absolutely huge for GameStop, and Roar is in a great position to do really, really well based on GameStop doing well. There's the picture of Ryan Cohen from his X post with Michael Saylor. I made a video about that too. So yeah, GameStop, super strong narrative. I don't think the GameStop meta is on people's radar, because GameStop could be such a strong narrative with this coming bull run. I digress, guys. I'm going to move on. So, crossing back into the tokenomics, I want to touch on supply and volume. So, Roar has a limited supply on the market. And when all of those get bought up, I believe the price of Roar is bound to launch, because you have community members that have been buying and holding Roar, and they're not going to sell until Roar gets to 50 cents, until Roar gets to 80 cents, until Roar gets to $1. So the price may have to skip up to find a higher price people are willing to sell at. And going further into this and how there's a limited supply of this token on the market, combined with the fact that 100% of the supply on the market, with no massive dumps, like volume could move this asset super quick. I'll throw some numbers at you just to put some things into perspective. I had said earlier that the Roaring Kitty on Solana did like $65 million in volume. Now, back when this was happening, the community that's around Roar on Ethereum was just coming together, and it was just an idea, really. So this project didn't have the social media, it didn't have the CoinMarketCap listing, all the things in place to make it look like a viable token, Roar did not have. So anyone that didn't go on the blockchain to do their research, Roar just kind of looked like a scam token. But now, if Keith Gill comes back and posts consistently day to day, and GameStop launches, Roar is in a great position to catch a lot of volume, arguably more than the Solana counterpart, just because of the chart. I mean, we looked at this chart earlier, and I kind of explained this, their chart versus our chart. This chart looks a lot better than this chart. So when people look for Roaring Kitty on the blockchain, they're more likely to buy this asset than this asset, just because this chart looks so much better. So $65 million in volume. Give me a second here to just catch where I'm at in my brain. I kind of got distracted here. So Roar on Ethereum has yet to capture even $1 million in volume in the life of this whole chart. Even reaching its all-time high around like $15.5 million market cap, like one of the best days Roar's ever had is like $60,000 in volume, and just off of that volume, the price has only jumped like 80%. So imagine what this project could do if Roar captures $1 million in volume versus 60,000, $3 million in volume versus 60,000, or like Kitty captured 65 million. Can you imagine what Roaring Kitty on Ethereum could do if Roaring Kitty catches $65 million in volume? I ran the numbers myself, and I got $1.77, and I'm thinking, that seems a little high. I went into the Telegram to ask, and people in the Telegram are just like, yeah, your math, I think your math is mathin'. That seems about right. And I'm just like, well, I'm going to do what any reasonable person would do when they're stumped. We're going to ask ChatGPT. So I went to ChatGPT. As you can see here, this is what I told it. I have an asset worth 0.0023. That is the price of Roar right now. If $60,000 in trading value makes the price spike 80%, how much of a spike would $65 million in trading volume do to this asset? And what would the price be? And here, ChatGPT breaks it all down. The current price, trading volume, price impact, step by step, calculating the new price to the answer. The estimated price increase for Roaring Kitty on Ethereum, if it catches $65 million in volume, is an 86,667% price increase, with the new estimated price being $1.99. So I guess I was wrong. I don't know what I did wrong though. But this is like the good kind of wrong, because this gave me a better price than what I initially got. So let's ask ChatGPT a question live right now. So I invest $1,000 into an asset worth 0.002, and the price of that asset climbs to $2. What is my $1,000 investment now worth? Your one So you invest $1,000 into Roaring Kitty right now at a price of 0.002. GameStop flies, Keith Gill comes back, Roar captures $65 million in volume. The new asset price is $2. Your $1,000 investment becomes $1 million. That's ridiculous. Now, I'm all for the GME themed meme coins. GME on Ethereum, GME on Sol. Awesome projects, but I don't think GME on Ethereum or GME on Sol are going to have this kind of return on your investment than Roaring Kitty on Ethereum. This is great. This makes me so bullish. Even more bullish than I already was before I did the math. Because I know this project is just gonna do great. Another thing about Roar on Ethereum, if someone makes the argument about gas fees on Ethereum, now that the project is on Shibarium, gas on Shibarium is almost free. So if you don't want to spend $30 of ETH in gas to buy $150 in Roar, you can go to Shibarium and you can buy $150 of Roar on Shibarium for 2 cents worth of Bone, because Bone's the gas token on Shibarium. So yeah, guys, that's about it. So I had talked earlier about the community that's around this project, and I think the way the market is, there's a lot of celebrity meme coins out there that are just kind of like pump and dumps. They're just rugs. Like Pump Fun has done a little bit of damage to the crypto market and meme coins, quote unquote. I mean, you got your OG meme coins that have been around a while and have huge communities, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Pepe. But as far as community driven CTOs, all right, the market is going to want these projects because they don't want pump and dumps. They don't want, because those kinds of projects really hurt investors. But projects like Roaring Kitty CTO, the first Roaring Kitty on the blockchain, these projects are going to do really well. And when they do really well, they're going to get a lot of attention, and these are going to be the kind of projects people talk about investing in, because if a celebrity comes out and makes a coin, the history of celebrity coins, I don't think a lot of people are going to be talking about that. You might have some bigger YouTubers talking about that, but they're only going to be talking about it because they're paid to talk about it. I'm not paid to talk about Roaring Kitty. I'm talking about it because I like this asset. I believe it has a great future, and I think it's a good investment. I'm just telling people why I spent the money into investing into Roar and why I'm involved in this community, because it's absolutely great. Another thing about community-driven projects, there's a Telegram. So for those of you that don't know what Telegram is, it's like a big group chat. So Roaring Kitty Telegram, if you are just getting into crypto and digital assets, finding a good community-based project to get in with a Telegram, you are bound to learn a lot. I think I have learned more about investing and charts just from being in the Roaring Kitty Telegram than I knew teaching myself before I joined the Roaring Kitty Telegram. There's a lot of really smart people in this project. And these people, like I said earlier, a lot of these people are SHIB OGs. Like, they've been around the block. They've had experience. Like, these are very wise people. And just a great learning opportunity if you wanted to learn. Yeah, let's see. I think I went through everything. Yeah, so you can, if you want more information, I will link this in the description if you guys want to read it. But just GameStop to buy Bitcoin. If you want to look up GameStop news, there's tons of it. I mean, you go on X to get to really kind of see what the sentiment, the public sentiment of GameStop is. Everyone is bullish on GameStop right now. And, you know, me personally, I'm not just bullish on GameStop. I'm bullish on Roaring Kitty, on Ethereum. So, guys, with that is my revised case for Roar. I think I covered just about everything. I will leave resources in the description. And, yeah, with that, I'll let you guys go. So I'll just catch you in the next one. Or maybe I'll catch you in the Telegram. All right. We'll see you guys.